Well, it's been a little bit of a stressful week, so we're gonna do some work on the Hammerhead today. Take a look at the clutch. Edit, not the clutch. It's been a stressful week. We are going to be working on the choke. So the choke on this is a little lever under the seat, and it was kind of locked to where we couldn't pull it out and actuate it at all. And what that does is it pulls on the end of a little cable here that's not in great focus back on the carburetor. And what that's supposed to do is it's supposed to pull this little piece in and out of the actual section of the carburetor that does the choke. I have an Amazon replacement carburetor for this right here, and this is the piece of the carburetor that actually handles the choke. There's a couple passages within here, and then the little pokey part at the end of that little piston is supposed to go down in this cavity. The whole thing is supposed to kind of go down here, really. If you wanted to actuate the choke, you'd kind of pull up on this. And as you pull up on that, it would allow additional fuel to go into the motor so that it could start easier. So when I pulled this piece out of the actual carburetor, it was kind of stuck sideways and not actually entering into that cavity. And that's kind of weird because that means the choke was on full time. But it ran fine. So I decided, well, let's see what happens if we block it off entirely. So I've equivalently disabled that capability by putting a nice bolt there instead of having this little piston to block off the passages. So passages are open as if it was open full time, kind of like the failure mode we saw. It drove the same, it behaved the same, so my analysis is, the choke wasn't working. So let's see what we can do about that. This is the actual choke mechanism that was pulled off of this part of the carburetor. Here's the old piece. Slides in just fine. So there's screws on the choke section of the carburetor. I wonder if we can just swap those. So here's the existing passageway. And the passageway is actually physically too small for that to go in. Just doesn't fit. And with the replacement carb, it's going to be lined up right, but if you line it up right, it drops right in. All right, let's refresh a choke. You can see a little piston, and you can pull it out and reactivate it with the lever. All right, I've got that installed. Let's see if it actually works. It worked before, and we changed it. So there's a real possibility that this is gonna work worse. I'm kind of curious though, so let's see what happens. I'm gonna have to set the phone down. Unsure. So that's with the choke. And I just closed the choke. It needs more fuel. Really? The other jets are still probably varnished.
It needs more fuel?
Yeah.